Hello, everyone. Just having some technical difficulties. Hey, Bridget, everyone that jumped in early. So we can get Young and Restless out the way as usual. It's the soap that the least exciting of all of the soaps. I don't think we have the right writer to really do a good Alzheimer's story. It's been going on for a while. I think they're finally ready to end the story, but I don't think we have the right writers to give you the type of story that you want to get. Young and the Restless. Yeah, Melissa, are you feeling any better? Yeah, hopefully it won't be as long as some people are predicting, but I'm just braced for whatever happens. I have the top of my mouth right here sore, so but on the inside. So I'm using this to numb it so I can talk. But this will not be a long live tonight because I've only got so much chloroseptic. So that's what I'm using to numb my mouth. So yeah, I don't have coronavirus or nothing. It's like sort of like when you burn the top of your mouth and it's like sore and tender. So I can't even, it hurt to like eating applesauce hurt. So I try to drink my meals now. So like I had a tomato soup and just through a straw. But any cream-based soup, that's what I'm eating right now because I can just do a straw pass where it hurts and just break down the throat. But Young and the Restless, I think today was the beginning of the end for Elena. The lingering handshake with Devon and Amanda seemed like the first step towards maybe doing the story that they brought it back to do, other than this Billy nonsense. I'm fine, Jenny. I just have a sore, like, the mouth. I don't know what I ate that maybe cut it or something, but it hurts. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Well, Young and Restless has been pitiful. I do like the Nick and Phyllis. They do have chemistry, which is really good. She's more like Nina to me now. When Nina's trying to flirt with somebody, I don't know how Phyllis was back in the day, but this reminds me of Nina's flirtations on General Hospital. I'm feeling. I'm a Kyle and Summer fan, but Summer's about to break up with Kyle temporarily because she's like not going to give up the cookies anymore till he gets a divorce. So that needed to be done a while ago. Unfortunately, Theo is not the man that Lola needs at the moment. Turns out he's going to be the bad guy. which may have Kyle come running. Uh, we had another pitiful scene today that made me realize how bad Young the Restless has gotten. We're sitting there watching Jack and Jill doing crossword puzzles for 2 scenes. Maybe in the 80s or something, where there were more exciting stories that you could really slow down to do like that kind of a story if they are going to go there with Jack and Jill as a romance, which they seem to hint at, but I believe it when I see it. Um, but the fact that he remembered her handwriting is not romantic, nor doing a crossword puzzle when you're in the middle of an Alzheimer's story. Not romantic. But thank you, big brother. Everyone, please hit the like button. We have 43 people in the room and we only have 15 likes. So, double checking. Yeah, we only got 15 likes with 43 people in the room. 44 people in the room. Vicky, that's General Hospital. So, in real life, the actress playing Brooklyn is pregnant, but that's real life. Does anyone have any questions about Young and the Restless? Lynn, I don't know if they're going to do a pregnancy storyline, whether it be whether it be Lola or Summer. People have been saying for at least 6 months that predicting one of them was going to get pregnant, and it hasn't happened so far. Ever since Lola and Kyle had that conversation where she thought she might be pregnant and he freaked out, and then they left it alone. I think it would be really stupid for Lola to be pregnant right now, so that she's pregnant by a man who doesn't want her and having sex with another woman. So I don't think that would be a good storyline right now, and it wouldn't be good for her character to sort of entrap him into coming back when he doesn't want to be with her. So that is not the romantic story of soap operas that we want to see. Young and the Restless is boring because it needs a new writer. Mal Young had a lot of bad writing, dragged out the JT story, and ran off a lot of actresses, quit the show during his reign. But I can't say the show was boring. It just drags storylines. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Gwen Marie. And of course, once this is over, it's on YouTube for everyone to rewatch. So Jack and Jill Over the Hill, watch. Now, we want people to watch Days, but we also want them to watch all of the soaps. We have DVRs and on demand, and you can go on the website and watch it for free. And so there's a lot of things we can do, but we need to support all 4 soap operas, not just one. Lily and Billy, I'm rooting for them as a couple. I don't want it to happen quickly. I like the fact that Billy tried to treat Lily like Kyle and just do whatever he wanted to do, like they're, co-CEOs in charge, and then he just do whatever he wants to do. But Lily let him know up front, you're not going to just run over me, and she fired the guy that he wanted to hire. So I like that dynamic that Lily won't let Billy just do whatever he wants to do. Even Phyllis let Billy do what he wanted to do when Gina was playing him. And of course, Victoria was just out of the loop as to what Billy was doing behind her back. So Lily knew what he was doing almost instantly. So that was a good dynamic. And Amanda doesn't know Billy well enough to really understand who he is. Only just the good parts that he's shown her. Mm. I like Phyllis and Amanda as friends. I wish they had better friendship situations. Like even when they were talking about each other's men, they didn't really get deep with it. It was just like, oh, you and Nate are cute together. That's cute. And then Phyllis don't want to tell Amanda about her and Nick. So I think their friendship really needs to be deepened, and they need to be able to have some real conversations with each other. Until that happens, Phyllis and Amanda's friendship is okay, but I think it needs to be more. It would be good for Phyllis to have a friend. Probably just some information on a business deal that Theo can ruin and make Kyle look bad. Um, I think that's going to be the devastating secret, because I don't think that they would send Victor back to jail. I don't think Victor committed a murder. I don't think they're going to have Adam commit the murder and forgot he did it. They're not going to put it on blind hope. So the only big secret I think that can come out of um, this whole situation with Diane, and they're constantly talking about fathers when they were with Alyssa. I think Alyssa is going to turn out to be Victor's daughter. Adam never said that he had a relationship with Alyssa when they were kids. So that could be another hint that they weren't uh, that they're brother and sister. You mean glad he's gone? So I mean, right now they've got Lily with Billy, and that's good for now. We don't know, but like I said, it just shows that the murder that happened or the accident that happened, whatever, however it happened, it was significant to him to keep the articles. Well, I'm glad you like the Restless, but they're hemorrhaging millions of viewers, so something ain't right. So the ratings are dropping like a stone. That's why I don't think Josh will be around for much longer, because the ratings are dropping quickly, and a lot of fans aren't happy with the choices that he's made. We're not on days yet, so Lily isn't technically back. And we're going Young the Restless for the next 4 minutes, and then we're going to switch to Bold and the Beautiful. But Lily isn't back technically. She's still reoccurring, but she's on an extended reoccurring contract. It was her decision to leave the show, so I think that if she enjoys the storyline, she may want to continue, and see if she can get a full time contract. But at the moment, Lily is back temporarily. Yeah, it's the worst of the four. I wouldn't want it to get canceled or nothing, but I think it is time to switch writers. If Josh had more than enough time to try to turn it around from you know fans complaining and the ratings dropping, he's had plenty of time to create a direction that would bring more people back to the show. I would love for Lily to come back permanently. All we can do is wait and see at this point. Young the Restless can definitely be hard to watch. Some days I fast forward through everything. Ashley is one of my favorite characters, and right now, I see Ashley and I fast forward. She's not doing nothing, and she's not back full time either. But I'm like, give Ashley something to do, or let her go. Uh, Not sure what that means. Um, no. Um, I'm still waiting for them to reveal that Nikki was the one who really killed uh, Billy's kid. You know, when they run out of episodes, I wouldn't mind to see a classic run. The only problem is if we do see old episodes, I mean, and then the show restarts back up, um, you know, you don't want to get caught up in old storylines. And then if they go back and just sort of like go back, let's say 6 weeks and show the last 6 weeks of Young the Restless, those were boring as hell too. So I would love if they maybe chopped up a storyline so that you got to see a complete Young the Restless storyline of a certain story without having to see every story that happened in that episode. Just follow one storyline thread for X amount of weeks. Now, I think that would be good because fans can see a complete story versus trying to find the rest of it on YouTube or trying to find out how to end it on Wikipedia. Um, I don't miss Kane. Um, Lily is stronger now than I've seen her in previous years. Okay, we're switching to Bold and the Beautiful, but I still have Sarah Glover. Um, yeah, I think Billy and Lily, especially with this episode, I think they have chemistry and they understand each other. And I think they would be definitely be a good couple. But Young and the Restless, I chose them first because there's not a whole lot going on. But I chose Bold and Beautiful second because that also didn't have a lot going on because they're only dealing with basically two storylines right now, and Thomas has disappeared. So there's that. So, China Doll. Yes, I agree. I would love to see a Catherine Chancellor type storyline. I think that would keep the older fans watching the show, but any newer fans quarantined. That's sort of the problem when you go back to older episodes. Like one person said in the comment section on one of the YouTube videos that they were hoping that Days of Our Lives would go to the first episode and start from there. And I'm like, first of all, Days of Our Lives have new episodes up to November. Like they were doing November episodes when they got shut down. So yeah, that's the one show that has no reason to show old episodes. But if it was Young the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, or um, General Hospital, I wouldn't mind going back further, but I would still just want a specific storyline. Show us the Ice Princess storyline or something, or show us something with Heather Weber or somebody we like. Um, but um, but they could also lose potential younger viewers, which is what they want because that's what the advertisers pay for. Advertisers do not pay for older viewers. Once you're 50 and older, they don't care about you because you're on retirement, you're saving money, and they don't view you as somebody who's actively out there spending, spending, spending. You know, they see you as somebody saving, 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 which is, you know, they're not, you're not buying their products. So that is the methodology behind the advertisers want the 18 to 49-year-old demographic because that is the largest consumer demographic. After you get past 49, then you have a new demographic that are thinking about the future and retirement and things like that, and their priorities change. So that's why older shows that may attract older viewers aren't really what CBS, NBC, and ABC are looking for. But any Bold and the Beautiful questions out there, I still see Young and the Restless. I see General Hospital. I see Days of Our Lives. But we're on Bold and the Beautiful for the next 15 minutes. So can we get some bold and beautiful questions? Do y'all care about bold and beautiful? Um, well, yeah, Brooke has always been a hypocrite. And also, please hit that like button too. We have right now 62, 63 people watching and 31 likes. So basically, half of you have not taken 2 seconds to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. But bold and beautiful, Brooke is going to be a hypocrite. Ridge is going to be a hypocrite. Although technically, what I've been telling people is when Ridge kissed Shauna, Brooke gave him his ring back. So technically, she tossed him out, gave him his ring back, and then he ended up kissing Shauna. Brooke, on the other hand, was trying to get back together with Ridge. Things were starting to turn around a little bit, and then here comes her and Bill kissing. And even though Ridge is going to get in his feelings because that's what Ridge is going to do, I think that the one person that can truly be upset with Brooke more than anybody else is Katie. Katie is the only person who's innocent, ain't been kissing nobody. She was careful to get back together with Bill. She tried to wait it out, saw him working overtime to be a nice guy. And then, he does this, and now he's thinking about Brooke again, and wishing they were back together. So Katie is the only person that can truly be upset. So I think somebody asked me, well, Gwen, do you think Quinn will blackmail Brooke? Quinn is not going to blackmail Brooke because the secret comes out on Friday or Thursday. Probably Thursday is when they'll probably see the video, and Friday will be their reaction to the video, because I think that's the way the spoilers read. Because remember, the days are out of order. We're 2 days that they weren't supposed to show because of one of the sports events, March Madness, didn't happen. So now things that would have waited till Monday is now happening earlier than they would have. So I think Friday would have been the Monday episode, because Trump also threw them off too with messing up their days. I don't see it anymore, but I caught someone ask me, was I Team Quinn or Team Brooke? I'm always Team Quinn. However, I don't hate Brooke. I actually prefer Brooke with Bill. So if Brooke ended up with Bill after this, I'd be fine with it. I think that a lot of people hold on to the idea of Brooke and Ridge because of the history, but the actual two actors don't have chemistry. So Thornton K actually has chemistry with Denise Richards. I always note every time he looks at Shauna, he has this very bright smile looking at her, a smile that I've never seen him have with Brooke. I think him and Brooke are good co-workers that, they have, a fine time reading scripts together or doing scenes together. But I don't think that that's like the love of a lifetime. But when she has scenes with Bill, that's some fire and passion in history that is reignited. And it also causes controversy with Katie and Donna and the rest of the family and all of that. The only other person that Brooke has really good chemistry with is Eric. But since I like Quinn, I wouldn't want Brooke to get Eric. Although, if Quinn isn't with Eric, then she'll probably be bad again. So that would be good to get Quinn with a decent storyline, but I prefer Quinn with Eric, Bill with Brooke, Ridge with Shauna, and I don't know, and I actually like Katie and Wyatt, to be honest with you, and maybe Sally and Thomas, because they were hinting that that could even happen as the next person he gets obsessed with. So I said a lot, but I know y'all been commenting, but I had to get that out. So I see Jacarius saying Katie's been hurt so much about Brooke sleeping with Bill again. That's why this needed to be the nail in the coffin for Katie and Bill, They're not even married, so they only have to go through a divorce and none of that. No need for her to be drinking and crying and anything. She probably will, but you know what I'm saying. Um, like I said, Quinn's plan to break up Brooke and Ridge might backfire, and Brooke might end up with Eric. So I think that's 100% possible. So I've got, I prefer Brooke with Bill also. Their chemistry is off the chain. And Christy said the actress who plays Brooke has more chemistry with Ron Moss. Ron Moss is long gone, so I keep that out the equation. At least Sally's not dying. I really wish that Sally was actually doing this just to mess with Flo and Wyatt. I don't want her to be desperate enough to pretend to die just to get Wyatt back in her bed. I think that makes the character more pathetic. But getting revenge for being dumped twice and being treated like crap by the Spencers, I think that would have been a great thing. Also, I think that Sally and Bill definitely could have been a good combination. I would say she had chemistry with Liam, but I'm really tired of Liam flip flopping, so I want him to be a hope for a while. So Too Blessed for Stress says I can see Sally and Thomas. They both have that by all means necessary attitude, which could be interesting. Yeah, then maybe Thomas could keep her in the company while he's trying to keep himself in the company. Because I guess they just forgot all about this showdown, fashion showdown. I guess it don't matter no more. Days is last, so right now we got another 5 minutes of Bold and Beautiful, and then we're going to move on to General Hospital and end with Days. So, Alex Epper, he's very nice. We talked about him seeing the girl is raging. Oh, I mean, I would love to have a conversation with Thorson K too. So I'm glad you had that opportunity, China. Actually, Quinn and Bill, I can see that happening too. I didn't see their first go around. I just heard Cable talk about it. But I would love to see Quinn and Bill try to take down Forrester Creations. That would be good. And we got, but he's gone, so he's a non-factor. Well, I stopped watching Port Charles, so I didn't like Port Charles. But also had a lot of other soaps to choose from back then when Port Charles was on. It really depends on which one you consider queen. People complain about both. Mm-hmm. We got 4 minutes before we're on General Hospital. General Hospital is going to be at 8:45, and Days of Our Lives will be at 9 o'clock. I love Shauna. And now that we found out she's faking, it makes sense that she didn't tell her family um, about her being sick and didn't want anybody to know because she wouldn't want them to come back, find out she's dying when she's really not. So we have 45 likes in the room and one hater, but we have 45 likes and we've got 73 people in the room now. I don't like Vinny. Vinny to me is one of those dumb characters that has no personality. I know some people just like the way he looks, but Bold and Beautiful has so many actors that they're not using that deserves that screen time that Vinny's getting. Hell, I would love for Danny to come back, but not, or Justin, of course, to come back. Or hell, most of the Avants come back. Why couldn't they recast his end date and kept it moving? Thanks, Gwen. Nope, Stephanie didn't like Brooke at all. The top show was still Young and the Restless, but CBS, Bold and Beautiful, is the #1 show worldwide. But Young and the Restless is the #1 show in America. But the way their ratings are dropping, it may not stay that way. I think that Eric may be on Brooke's side because of the way Quinn did it, that Quinn was deceptive about it, that Quinn was embarrassing about it, and that she tried to, she was, Brooke can spin it about how evil his wife is, and Eric wants Ridge and Brooke together and happy. So I can see Eric getting in his feelings about Brooke. Well, I don't want to hear. Well, the current Hope has plenty of chemistry with Liam. I would have liked to have seen her potentially get paired up with some other characters. I even liked her with Thomas. I really wanted to see that happen, but that ship has sailed. We got 1 more minute for Bold and Beautiful. Any questions or comments? Last minute questions or comments before we switch to General Hospital? Eric will definitely be on Brooke's side because of the way Quinn did it. Yeah, definitely. I can see him getting in his feelings because he loves Brooke. And Hope and Liam, yes, they do have chemistry. Right now, because the writing isn't good, it's Young and the Restless. But Bold and the Beautiful has a tendency to stick the landing. It takes them too long to get there, but overall, they have good soap ideas. The writing, the ideas they have for the show are good. Their execution is bad, but when they stick the landing for big moments like um, Hope getting her baby back, or the wedding with Zoe telling off Thomas and being a part of the plot, or even Sally faking her sickness. Those are good twists. Those are good endings. But how we got there usually takes too long, and we don't get enough storylines from other characters to really keep us excited. So Brooke needs to suffer. She hurt Katie too much, and Bill needs a foot in his butt. Um, we'll see Friday and Monday. So we're on now talking about General Hospital. Don't know when Tom's coming back. I haven't seen him in the spoilers. He'll be back soon. But we're talking about General Hospital now. I thought about that a couple times where I felt like either Emma was really alive, and that's why Justin didn't go after Thomas. And it would be great if Emma actually turned out to be alive, and she was in a coma, and then she wakes up and say Thomas ran me off the road and left me for dead, and then Thomas get in trouble that way. Um, or Justin finds out the truth and tries to take care of Thomas. Well, we'll see on Friday, Monday, probably Monday's episode. Um, what we're talking about in the Soap Fam group on Facebook that hopefully y'all are part of. The link is in the description box for the video. If you're not a part of the Soap Fam, we're almost at 500 members. I think we only have a few members to go before we reach that 500, and we will start doing bonus lives in the Soap Fam group on Facebook once we get 500 members or more. Hit that magic number 500, and we'll start doing more videos. And Cable said that he'll start doing more videos in the group, maybe even reaction videos. you know, of that day's episode. So I can't commit to 5 days a week, but I think that we'll do more videos in the group on Facebook. So where are my General Hospital people at? I think Brooklyn and Chase is definitely a possibility. However, since she's pregnant in real life, I think they're probably gonna wait till she has her baby, does a maternity leave, and then maybe they can actually get her with give her a real love interest, whether it's Chase or Justin to put the screws to Lulu, or the rumors that Lulu's husband Dante's coming back. Right now, it's rumors; it's not fact. But if he does come back, it would be amazing if Brooklyn was with him. Like the way I envision the scene, because I'm a writer, this is how I would do the return of Dante. I would have Dante return, walk into the bedroom with Lulu having sex with Dustin in his bed, and then he got the flowers. He drops the flowers on the floor and just walks out with Lulu calling out to him. He sees Brooklyn in the bar. They start talking, and then he ends up hooking up with Brooklyn, and Lulu is sort of torn, but then he makes Lulu suffer by hanging out and being with Brooklyn when he knows that it's going to drive Lulu crazy. So I think that's how I would write the storyline, because I wouldn't want Dante and Lulu just to get back together and that be that. You want to give some drama and some love triangles and quadrangles. But I have a bad feeling they're about to make Dustin either he's gonna try to have sex with Jocelyn, or she's gonna accuse him of it because he rejects her. I really feel like we're getting one of those storylines coming. Of course, with the hiatus coming up, I don't know how far they'll deeper they'll get into it. So, so let's talk about Nell. I see somebody mention Nell. There have been rumors for 2 years now that Nell will turn out to be Nina's daughter. They seem to have backed off the idea of Sasha turning out to really be her daughter. They seem to back off the idea of Willow being her daughter because they don't even have scenes anymore, except for that one they had last week. And I think they're getting ready for the Willow Michael marriage. But I think that the third candidate of who would have been her daughter is Nell. And I think that Nell would be like All My Children's Kendall Hart. That would be the worst person you'd want to turn out to be your daughter. But at the same time, storyline wise, it'd be the best person because it'd be the most controversial. And there's so many people against Nell that it would be a surprise twist that Nina's her mother, and then Nina switches sides and wants to actually help Nell. But since Nell isn't on contract, I'm not 100% sure I want Nell to be Nina's daughter if she's not really sticking around. So we wait all this time for Nina to find her daughter, and then Chloe Lanier isn't going to be on the show. Oh, I love Elizabeth. Those moments are soap history. And I think that a lot of people, if they had an opportunity, and between Jacob Young, not Jacob Young, but forgot his name, the guy playing Lucky, if they were already doing him and then they had an opportunity for Tyler Christopher, I think they would have shot their shot too. So I think some of y'all out there mad at Liz for getting some of Nicholas is a hypocrite because you would have done the same damn thing. Keeping it real. You know I'm not lying. Okay. I don't know how I was freaking out. Freaking out how? Well, if Nell turns out to be her daughter, that's not really manipulation. If it turns out she's faking to be her daughter, then I wouldn't want to see that because we already been through that with Sasha. That's the problem. I really think that Jocelyn has a crush on her teacher. She's going to make an inappropriate move toward at him, and I think that when he rejects her, she's not going to be able to take it, or they're going to get caught in some kind of way, and it's going to get out of control. But yeah, I think that's the direction we're moving in. But Lucky slept with Sarah prior to Elizabeth, right? If I remember correctly. I don't remember Lucky cheating on Elizabeth with Sarah. Um, well, Gwen, I don't know anything about that. Is Cyrus dead? I didn't see today's episode. Um, I think SoFam and on our Facebook group would have went crazy if Sean murdered Cyrus. But you know, I think that Sean is in jail for a murder he didn't commit. And I would hate for Sean to commit a murder that keeps him in jail unless he gets away with it. But what I thought they were going to do is have this is what I would do once again as a writer. I would have Jordan go to her superiors and say that Cyrus is blackmailing me because he has my son and he wants me to lie and say that I faked evidence to get him out of jail. Can we make a deal so that I can fake and say that I that's what I did so I can get my son back and then lock him back up? Would be Jordan being smart and turning things around and getting her son, hopefully. But I don't know what direction they're going to go in. But if Jordan wasn't the police commissioner, I wouldn't be mad at that either, because maybe not being a commissioner, she'll actually have a better storyline. Because sometimes they give these characters, especially minorities, a job title, and that's what they become. We don't see Jordan and Curtis in bed anymore. We don't see Jordan and Curtis at dinner, loving each other, doing nothing. What we normally see is Jordan doing her job, and Curtis usually step and fetch it for whoever needs him next. Period. So I really need them to actually show them as a couple and not the helping everybody but each other. I don't really think Harmony is a bad seed. I think Harmony is caught between a rock and a hard place. I vaguely remember that happening. Nobody should. That's too much of a stretch for me. That's too much of a stretch. And plus, Britt is too much like Faison in her mother. She's just as deceptive as they are. I wouldn't really see her as Nina's daughter, but it's possible. If you're talking about General Hospital, sir, I don't even remember her. I remember I watched the show when she was on, but I remember once Elizabeth got raped, Sarah was like phased out of the show soon after, and Elizabeth was made like a major character, not Sarah. Yeah, I don't think Britt's that. Yeah, that's the last time I saw that story being played out on One Life to Live. It was a good story, and I think that's what General Hospital is going for. I think I just felt like he's back more now, but I felt like he was like playing dual roles for so long. They just gave him a break. He probably needed a vacation. That's what I think happened in real life. But he's more on our screens now. Now that he's back from his vacation or whatever they were doing. But he earned that break. That is very true. And I try to remind people of that. You know, it's a soap opera. There's not a whole lot of goody two shoes. Not really. Not anymore. Not in the 2000s. Yes, Jonathan Jackson. You know, Jonathan Jackson and Tyler for Christopher. I didn't like him at first, and then I started to like him. Now I'm back to not liking him again. Mostly because he's boring, and that's not his fault. That's the writers. I don't know if she is. It's going to be a surprise. I have heard absolutely nothing about Hayden's return. So if they did it, they secretly did it to surprise fans, but they haven't announced it on any soap opera book like Soap Opera Digest, ABC, soaps, none of the websites, nothing like that. But I would love for Hayden to come back. She's one of my favorite characters. Same here. I love Elizabeth too. We've got one more minute of General Hospital. And then we're switching to Days of Our Lives at 9 o'clock. Well, if you remember the original storyline, Felix and Lucas were fighting over Brad. When I actually thought Brad and Felix should have gotten together, you know, you know, oh, did I get it wrong? Was Brad and Felix? I mean, yeah, was Brad and Felix fighting to get Lucas, or were Brad and Lucas, or was Lucas and Felix fighting to get Brad? I can't remember. I remember it got to the point where they all decided to have a threesome, then changed their mind. That would have been a first for ABC soaps, a gay threesome, even if they didn't show it on camera. But I think if they actually tried some new stuff and some new storylines and new characters, and like Days of Our Lives have a lot of fans that come for Sonny and Will, but General Hospital doesn't really show their LGBT characters. They're not very good at it. Good night, Jenny. Thank you for coming on. And I will see you in Soap Fam on Facebook. Okay, it's 9:01. I hope she comes back for the birthday too. But now we've got Days of Our Lives. So I know a lot of you have waited for Days of Our Lives because I know a lot of you are Days of Our Lives fans. So here we go with the questions or comments, because now we have to talk about. I was surprised. Ron surprised me. It was a good twist that Nicole did not fall for the fake DNA test. So that was a very good thing to see today, is that Nicole did not fall for the fake DNA test. I actually fast forwarded past Sierra and then in the shower, because I was more interested in Nicole and Abe conversation. And I think Ben, Sarah, and Eric and Xander. I mean, Xander, Sarah, and Eric. I think those are the two things I really focused on today. I figured I probably would go back and look at Ben and Sierra scenes, but all I know is when I was fast forwarding, they were still in the shower. Every time the commercial came back, they was in the shower for a while. But I didn't watch it, so like I said, I was more caught off guard that Nicole didn't fall for Xander changing the test exams, the test DNA test. Let me see. Here we go. Here's the Days of Our Lives. I don't know how much more they could do in a shower on broadcast television. I know that they were in there longer than normal soap couples would be, which is a good thing, because a lot of people, got their rocks off to Ben and Sierra in the shower. I made a joke on Twitter because somebody had put a GIF of Ben and Sierra in the shower. He started going down, and I said, "Oh, that's why she broke into jail and stopped his execution at gunpoint because he's the kitty." but but I think people found it funny on Twitter. I don't know who that is. Yeah, they were in there. Like I said, I kept fast forwarding to get to Nicole, but they were still there. Good night, Vicky C. Thank you for joining us. Okay, tab 3. Make sure you tell us what you thought about it next Wednesday or in the Facebook Soap Fam group. Oh, they're not doing a nurses ball this year. I think nurses ball usually happens in February. Right now they're focused on deception and a lot of stuff going on. I think they're going to skip this year of the nurses ball and not force us through a lot of bad singing, which I normally fast forward through. We just ended GH. We're ending between 9:15 and 9:20 with Days of Our Lives, so we probably got another 10 minutes or so. I did start at 8 o'clock this week, and as long as we're on quarantine, I'm starting at 8 o'clock because my clients can't come because of social distancing. So that means I could start at 7, if I wanted to. But I think 8 o'clock is a good time to start. It's a good time to start. It gives me time to watch the soaps. Only thing I didn't get to is General Hospital, but I did watch In Bold and Beautiful. I watched Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives. I have no idea what you're talking about. Thank you, Gwen. Please hit the like button. I know some of y'all are leaving now. And let me check. And we're up to 63 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that like button. I will leave it. I'll hit the like button also. So let me see. Here we go. Dr. Rolf, implant chat when they were not looking. He is strange now. Yeah, he's been. Oh, it turns out that according to a lot of exposition between Kate and Gabby, that there was a hypnotic suggestion that Rolf had. No, well, not what's the other one? Tony, not Tony, but the other one, Andre. That Andre had a hypnotic suggestion, La Familia, that would put Chad into a trance, and that's what Stefano used to trigger him again. The person who shoots Brady, I don't know who shoots Brady. I just know he gets shot Friday. So I don't know who shoots Brady on Friday, but we only got 2 days to wait. And I think he gets shot Friday, and the ramifications on Monday. I still think it's a dream because no characters whose storyline has been wrapped up has been seen again. So right now they're just wrapping up stories that are in the time jump. I thought it'd be wrapped up by the end of March, but it looks like they're going right in April. Because after April Fools, they're still dealing with Stefano and different things going on. So yeah, the and I don't think they're going to have Kristen get her baby back, and then let's say Jennifer wakes up. So when they said that Sarah's going to go crazy, we still got Maggie in jail. So we have a lot more time jump storylines left. But if you notice, other characters that had storylines early on no longer have stories because they're not in these ending stories. Like we don't see Julie that much now. Yeah, and also on Friday, Brady sees the baby's birthmark. I can't remember if it's this Friday or next Friday, but I put in one of my videos that it was a Friday episode where Brady sees Mackenzie birthmark, is trying to figure out how Eric and Sir have the same babies had the same birthmark as his and Kristen baby. The most likely place is when Sarah and Xander wedding is when the truth probably comes out. So I don't know when the wedding will be. I'm sure it's gonna be relatively soon, but until the spoilers reveal um, when the wedding's gonna be, I can't tell you that. But I mean, they're closing in. Nicole's still suspicious. Abe is in on it now. Brady's seen a birthmark. So it's going to be soon. But I know it's going to happen at the wedding because that's what soap weddings are for. Stefano's not going to marry Marlena because he's going to get shot by, he's going to get shot by, who's Tony dating? Anna. She's going to get shot by Anna. And, and, um, and they're going to rescue Marlena. And also, Marlena's still married to John, so yeah, it would have been bigamy anyway. It's possibly they're going to drag it out to May sweeps. We know that Brandon is back at Stefan in May, so but what's her name? Gabby starts sensing that he's still alive. So part of me is starting to think maybe it's not a dream. So now I'm on the fence. I still think that the rumors that came out a long time ago that it was really going to turn out to be a dream is going to happen, but you may be right. It may not end until May sweeps. I think Hope is really Hope right now, but I also think that part of Gina is still in her. Yeah, Abe and Nicole are working to find out the truth. She's still trying to get the doctor to snitch. So we'll see. Like I said, whenever Sarah and Xander get married, they're probably going to fast track the wedding. Xander's probably going to feel like, he'd rather get Sarah married sooner than later and try to fast track the wedding. And that's where the truth comes out. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, right now we're dealing with the coronavirus and everybody's postponing everything. So, yeah, it's a pandemic right now. So I don't think that that is like the at the forefront of NBC's thoughts right now. Daniel returns on April 1st for April Fool's Day. He's not back permanently. It's one episode. You're not watching my videos. I already said that. I have a whole video that talks about Sheila, Leo, and Daniel coming back for April Fool's Day. You're not watching my videos. And you would know, too, I released a video also on the 3 weddings happening on Days of Our Lives. So go watch those videos. Those answer those questions. How does Summer have Sarah baby when Xander was there with her when she gave birth and he took the baby right to the hospital? Sarah baby dead, unless it's a dream. He's back for April Fool's Day, just like they have Halloween episodes. So yeah, I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's just gonna be an April Fool's Day episode. I think that's Friday when that happens, because I think the spoiler for Friday is Abby gets a shock, and it's nothing more shocking than that. No, I think he's gonna propose to her soon, but I think I read summer wedding, so we're just getting into spring, so so maybe summer in the summer they'll get married, but their engagement will probably be a minute. I like Gabby. I have no problems with Gabby. So yeah, I know some people only like the good characters on the shows, but if it wasn't for the bad, there'd be nothing interesting happening. We'd be doing what we're doing on Young and the Restless, watching Jill and Jack do crossword puzzles. That is not why we watch soaps. Yes. Yeah, as far as I know, days will just continue, for those 2 weeks that they would have been off, unless NBC does something and chooses not to do that. I'm I'm not sick. I just have a um like a cut in my mouth, which makes it hard to talk. So that's why people saw me earlier with the chloroseptic to numb the top of my mouth so that it wouldn't hurt when I talk that much. You missed your hospital talk, but as soon as this episode ends in 4 minutes, then you can watch the rerun and hear everything we talked about with General Hospital. I started at 8 o'clock today, and next week will also be 8 o'clock. So 8 p.m. Eastern time. Since I'm not working so late and I can start earlier, because I know a lot of people who watch the show, they're ready to go to sleep. Like soon as like 9:30 hits, people are like, gotta go. I'm tired. I gotta get up to work. Although we're quarantined. But yeah, there's no need for me to start 9 o'clock at night if I'm available earlier. Hell, I could have done this at 7 p.m. I was free at 7. But I will say this. Before I did this, I don't know if you're watching Tyler Perry's Ruthless. I've already got episode 1 on I've already got episode 1 on both of my channels, and I just did the reviews for episodes 2 and 3. So when I end this live, I gotta go back to editing and edit Ruthless 2 and 3 to get those online tonight. And then I've got to watch Boomerang so I can have my Boomerang review on by tomorrow morning. And also, I'm going to be watching the show probably 20s. I might watch 20s, but I got to binge watch the first 4 episodes, and then I may start on reviews of 20s. Plus, if you watch Tyler Perry's What's the name of the show? The Oval. I've decided to go ahead and review that since it comes back in May. And Sisters, Tyler Perry's sister show, that season finale is next week. I'm really debating if I want to watch 20 episodes of that so I can review the finale. So so yeah, I'm reviewing Tyler Perry stuff now in addition to the soaps and some more stuff. And I've had a lot of you comment on what you want me to review next, along with soaps. And so some of your suggestions I definitely was down for, and some no, that will be torture. Um, the truth is going to come out, but since the storylines are extended into April, I don't necessarily expect them to come out quickly. Um, we got 2 minutes left, and then we're wrapping up for the night. So, any last questions or comments on Days? Days taped a huge story to culminate. The huge cliffhanger leads to 2 weeks. Things are canceled, whatever the heck. We don't have to wait. That's true. So I've read that. So it's not official that Days won't still have that 2 week break. Because remember, if they don't do that 2 week break, then November sweeps episodes they started filming slide back into October. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but yeah. Yeah. Coronavirus is screwing everything up. It's scary out there. Cheryl, I am glad you're still liking the time jump. It's going a little bit too long for me. I'm ready to move on to new stories. But for the most part, I feel like it was a success. You can find out by watching my video. So I'm promoting my videos now. I need y'all to watch my videos. So right on this channel is a video called Days of Our Lives 3 Weddings. Watch it. I released 6 videos yesterday. And 5 of those videos were Days of Our Lives spoilers. So if you like Days of Our Lives, watch those 5 videos. It was 5 Days of Our Lives videos that I released in one General Hospital. So Big Brother, Christy, I'm gonna say the same thing. I released 5 videos on Days of Our Lives yesterday, and I really want y'all to support me by watching them and hitting that like button. So a lot of your questions that people have asked me are really in those videos. So I've made, and they're all specific to specific storylines that people have been asking me about for weeks. So now this is the reason why I'm not going to watch it. If Loving You Is Wrong, is because there is absolutely nowhere to go and see the old episodes to watch, and it's the final season. So so I will review the final season of Have and Have Nots because that's still one of the most watched reviews I've done. For over 100,000 views was a Have and Have Nots episode, as well as Married to Medicine. So when Married to Medicine comes back, I'm gonna review that. When Have and Have Nots come back, I'm gonna review that. Since I started with them anyway. But if Loving You Is Wrong, I missed too much. I just missed too much. And it was too much bad acting. That's why I didn't start watching it, because I said, I'm watching enough bad acting in the Have and Have Nots. I can't take 2 shows filled with bad acting. But Ruthless, Tyler Perry's Ruthless on BET Plus is good. I've seen the first 3 episodes. I reviewed the first 3 episodes. And it's got me excited about Tyler Perry stuff again. I almost said that word. But it's got me excited about Tyler Perry again. So that's why I'm going to go back and review the Oval and Sisters, because those are things that are happening now and they're continuing, and I can keep reviewing them. But If Loving You Is Wrong got canceled. And like I said, there's no way for me to see any old episodes, which means I would be watching the final season not knowing any characters, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But I appreciate the comment and the suggestion. If Loving You Is Wrong is on Hulu. Oh, who said that? Okay. Well, now I know where to watch it, but no, I can't take the bad acting. I can't take the bad. I don't know if the Oval's going to be a return to bad acting, but let me tell y'all, if y'all not watching Ruthless, you missing out. You're missing out. So, and if I wish more people had BET Plus, because if they did, it would be blowing up the internet with the stories they're doing. So, yeah. But thank you, Delicia, for letting me know about that. But I don't know how many episodes. See, they got like 4 or 5 seasons. I can't binge watch that much for one. But if this wasn't the last season, I would actually consider suffering through for you. Thank you. Nice chatting with you too. We're on our last minute. Oh, BET Plus not available. Yeah, okay. Now, also, Ruthless, the first episode of Ruthless is on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can see the first episode of Ruthless for free. You have to pay $2.99 for episode 2 and 3, or get BET Plus. But if you can watch the first episode for free, and if you like it, then you can know whether or not you want to keep watching the rest of the series. But it's good, y'all. It's good. Good night, Christy. Thank you for the comments tonight. Good night, everyone. Thank you for the comments. Cheryl, Gwen, Sean. Oh, because I started watching Greenleaf. If you want to watch a show, a good black show that started off in a mega-ish church, watch a show called Saints and Sinners. It's on Bounce TV. If you don't have Bounce TV, they have all of 4 seasons on their website. So you just go to bouncetv.com, and they have all the seasons on there for free for you to watch. And it's only, I think, 8 episodes a season. And that is one of the best black proms. No, not even gonna say black. That is one of the best classic soap operas on television. Saints and Sinners reminds me of Dynasty, Dallas, Knots Landing. It's that kind of writing. You know, they're doing classic primetime stories and also classic daytime stories, you know, so, and they pack a lot in those 8 episodes. It's the #1 show on the Bounce TV network. It's another black television network. And that show is so good. And it has lots of B-list black celebrities and C-list black celebrities, but everybody does a good job. So I would highly recommend that you see Saints and Sinners, because Saints and Sinners came first before Greenleaf. In the last season of Saints and Sinners, they made fun of Greenleaf because they know they're first, and they're like, they're just copying off of us. So yeah, if you want, they got murder mysteries and everything. That's the show to watch. So thank you for, yeah, Sean. I see you said you'll start watching Saints and Sinners. Let me know what you think. Like I said, it's just such a good show. It's just juicy, campy, you know, old school soap opera. It's all there. So thank you. And Gwen, thank you, Gwen. We both watch Saints and Sinners. You know I'm telling the truth. Saints and Sinners, the truth. That's what we needed in prime time, you know, or a daytime show. They actually take black characters and do stuff with them because the whole show's black. they don't waste a moment. Like Christian Keys, who just went on Wrestlers, is on Saints and Sinners. They actually use him. He actually acts on the show. He doesn't just like stab somebody and then that's the end of his episodes. You know, so and he's a good guy on the show. So thank you for everyone. I don't think Ruthless will be on Netflix because BET Plus is a streaming service, and it's a show that was created for BET Plus. So it defeats the purpose of being on two streaming services if it's meant to help that one. So yeah, and Netflix and BT is owned by Viacom, and yeah, they took their shows off of I think they're taking their shows off of Netflix too. And Viacom owns CBS, and well, CBS and Viacom are merging, and they have shared shows like all of the superhero shows on CW. It's all everything is all a big conglomerate. Groups of people own everything. So well, question for Saints and Sinners. The ratings for Saints and Sinners is it's the #1 show on the Bounce TV network. It was created for Bounce TV, and it's the #1 show on their network. It's also the most expensive show on their network. First Wives Club, I'll watch it. I watched Bigger. Now, the first show I watched on BET Plus was Will Packer's show, Bigger. I really, really, really enjoyed Bigger. I'm glad they got a season 2. It took them long enough to announce a season 2. And also, Games People Play wasn't as good as the other shows, but I'm hoping season 2 they do better. But that's another show I'm looking for. And Carl Weber's The Family Business, I think it is. That's another one that was 2 movies they broke down into 8 episodes. And I'm hoping that since season 2 was going to be a fresh start, it's not something was already pre-done, that it will actually look more like a series and not just 2 movies that were broken up. So, but I'll give First Wives Club a try. The reason why they don't re-air soaps again later at night is because they don't make enough money doing that. That's why. If you want to know why people do what they do, is because of money. So that's why. Thank you, Gwen. Yes, everyone, please hit the like button. We reached 9:30. It's the end of our episode this week. I'm glad you joined me. And thank you, everyone, for being a part of the stream. I know I kind of went into some other shows, but I think it's really good. I think it's really good that you also get exposed to some of the other shows I'm going to be reviewing. And I even got a suggestion about the First Wives Club. Okay, Suzanne Rogers is not leaving Days. It's just a part of the storyline. You know, just like Ben went to jail. It's just part of her storyline. All right, everybody. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, everyone. Good night. You getting me? China Doll. All Rise, I've watched half the season because I have CBS All Access. So I've watched half of the season, but I'm not a consistent viewer of All Rise. But I do plan on finishing the season. But it's not a show that I feel like I gotta watch. When I'm bored, I go, what about that show All Rise? I did the same thing with Curl's second act. I just watched it on CBS All Access. Like, all right, I'll watch this little sitcom a little bit more. So, everybody have a good night. Oh, it was great last week. The show has been good every time I've watched it. It's just that because it's a procedural with very few, it doesn't really flow to me like a soap opera like certain shows do. It's more about the cases than the people. It doesn't make it a must watch. If I miss 3 episodes and still watch, it'd still be just her on the bench doing a different case. You know, it's not like her relationships progressed and all that kind of stuff happening. You know, it's not soap opera enough for me. So, but I will eventually catch up on it. Good night, everyone. Again, good night, good night, good night. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you all. Have a good one. End broadcast.